And how are you guys all doing out there tonight? Welcome to episode 4 of the LA Charger Radio Talk with Charger Dave. I am your host, Charger Dave. Hence the name of the show, right? Anyways, glad to have you guys back for a 4th episode here. And this one's going to be a good one. We're going to go over the draft recap that just happened this past weekend. As you guys know, I'm very excited about the way it all, went down. Just to let you guys know, I was 0 for 7 on the picks. I mean, nobody that I thought, was going to get drafted got actually drafted by us. But yeah, that's just a game we play, right? I mean, it's okay to be wrong. And for the I guess the recap of it all, I mean, it ended up for the better because, when I look at this lineup up and down, I kind of see where I went wrong with my picks. And definitely, I think we did an amazing job in the draft. I give us definitely an A on that in terms of the overall grade of the draft. Maybe A minus, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But what I'll be doing here, guys, is just going down the picks here, give you some of my thoughts and analysis on everything, and run down how I feel these picks are gonna play into the current season, what impact they're gonna have, and then as always, any questions, comments, likes, share, subscribe that you guys want to do, that's always greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's get into this 4th episode here of the LA Charger Radio with Charger Dave podcast. And of course, with the first round with the number 7 overall pick, the LA Chargers selected wide receiver Mike Williams out of Clemson, a champion, might I add. It's a key word there. A champion knows what it's like to actually win, and did a very good job in the championship game against Alabama. If you guys don't remember that was an awesome game worth rewatching. If you haven't seen it, came down to the end there. Clemson pulled out on top. So I like the pick. I like Mike Williams. Definitely a big, lanky receiver. A lot of people are comparing him to the size-wise to what we had with Vincent Jackson. And, so definitely with that, we're going to get someone who's going to be able to come in right away and make an impact at the number 2 slot. That's where I see him going. Of course, you got Keenan Allen, assuming he's healthy, coming in at the 1. Mike Williams over on the other end of the field at the 2. And then from what I'm reading, they're going to have none other than Travis Benjamin in the slot. So once again, guys, we're going to be pretty deep this year. I mean, we are going to be deep into all kinds of weapons. Of course, moving on from that, we go over to the 2nd overall pick in the 2nd round. 38th overall. 2nd pick for the Chargers, I meant. 38th overall. None other than Forrest Lamp out of Western Kentucky. This guy is obviously they're going to put him at left guard. That's where I see him going. Keep in mind, both of these guards that were drafted 2nd and 3rd with Forrest Lamp and Dan Feeney. Just picture each one of them going on either side of the center, meaning that you're going to have Slauson in the middle, and then, of course, at running center, assuming that that Max Turk doesn't take his job, and that's a whole separate conversation. So You're going to have hypothetically Slauson in the middle, and then Forrest Lamp to his left at left guard. And then you're going to have Dan Feeney on the other side of Slauson at right guard. So those three guys backing up Phillip Rivers, creating that wall there. I definitely see what the overall goal that they were trying to accomplish in this draft was. I mean, these guys are trying to, compete with the likes of what Dallas has going on basically at this point. And we're not too far away after this draft. We're not too far away from what that lineup is doing over there in Dallas. I mean, I'd go so far as to say is, given these picks, given their talent, and if they're able to perform, translate that to the field, we should see a top 10 offensive line here, guys. That's the type of caliber offensive line that we're looking at this point. So, excellent pick at the 38th overall with Forrest Lamp. He was definitely a first round talent from what everybody's saying, and we got him in the second round, which is awesome. We didn't even have to lose a trade pick for him or trade up to get him or anything like that. And then to sidestep that, in the third round, we went and got his partner in crime, Dan Feeney, right guard out of Indiana, with the third round. I think he was 70th overall, if I'm not mistaken. Another excellent, solid pick. Two big guys. I think both of them are 6'3", pushing like 300 pounds, each one of them. I mean, these guys are monsters. So, definitely three solid picks, including Mike Williams. First round, second round, third round was basically home run in my eyes. So there was three solid picks there. We move over to the fourth round, and the reason why I gave, in the beginning of the show, I said an A- overall in terms of what I give the Chargers draft class. That's only because, and I understand the later round picks, 6th and 7th in particular, was more for depth more than anything. I think we're just so accustomed as of late to just get a value pick in every single round in the draft, which obviously is almost impossible. And we'll touch on that in a little bit. But the 4th and 5th pick kind of are a combo set of draft picks, such as the 6th and 7th round picks are. Meaning that if you look at the pattern of how we've drafted in the draft, with the exception of Mike Williams, who we drafted first, obviously, as a wide receiver, we basically had 3 sets. We had 3 sets of picks that basically go hand in hand with each other. So we had the first combo punch, which was Forrest Lamp, Dan Feeney. We talked about that, stocking up the offensive line. Then in the 4th and 5th round, we had another set of combo picks that go hand in hand together. So at the 113th overall pick in the 4th round, we selected safety Rayshawn Jenkins out of Miami. And then, of course, with the 5th round pick, I want to say he was around 150th overall, we selected cornerback Desmond King out of Iowa. So you can see where both of them are DBs, Rayshawn Jenkins and Desmond King, a lot like how, like I said, in the first combo set, you got 2 set of guards with Dan Feeney and Forrest Lamp. In this set, in the 4th and 5th round, we got a set of DBs. So we got Desmond King and Rayshawn Jenkins. So another set of 2s that we got right there, and I think Desmond King was the steal of a pick at the 5th round, especially. I'm really excited to see what Desmond King is gonna do to basically. I kind of see them both competing, both Rayshawn Jenkins and Desmond King. Even though Desmond King is listed as a cornerback, I kind of see them competing for the free safety position that's available now that Dwight Lowery's not with the Chargers anymore. So that's pretty exciting. Of course, we got Jaleel Adai at a strong safety, and one of these two guys right here, Rayshawn Jenkins, Desmond King, is going to try to nab that free safety title, if I'm not mistaken. And Desmond King, I wouldn't even limit him to just being a safety. I can see that guy being all over the backfield. So that'll be really exciting to see what happens there. And then for the last set of twos, last combo that we drafted in the 6th round and 7th round, we added depth. So we added depth to our defense, and then we also added depth to our offensive line. So in the 6th round, as you know, we went with Sam Tevi out of Utah, offensive tackle, who's gonna be 3rd round, 3rd stringer in the offensive line. So he's definitely gonna give those guys that need breathers, the Dan Feeneys, the Forrest Lamps of the world. He's gonna provide a breath of fresh air. He's gonna provide a breather, Sam Tevi, eventually. But to start off with, it's good. It's really hard to see him starting any games. So he's definitely they drafted him to add some depth to the line, and hopefully he does improve and work his way up the ranks. And then lastly, overall, guys, in the 7th round, we added depth to the defensive end side with the likes of Isaac Rochelle out of Notre Dame. So whether he's backing up Joey Bosa or any of those guys on the defensive end, we added some depth there. So those were of course the 6th and the 7th rounds. The lesser exciting of the picks out of all of them, but the 6th and 7th rounds for us guys was definitely some cushion for depth there, and so that's what we did there. And then, as I said, in the 5th and 4th, we went with DBs, Desmond King out of Iowa, Rayshawn Jenkins out of Miami, that are going to be vouching for safety positions, and probably even provide some of the cornerbacks, like Jason Verrett and Casey Hayward with some breather time when they need it as well. And then with the 3rd and 2nd round, like I was saying, guys, we stocked up. We put 2 huge, ginormous bricks in the offensive wall that we're creating there, with Dan Feeney and Forrest Lamp and Matt Slauson right in the middle, guys. Now, and then we went over the fact that we drafted Mike Williams number 1 overall. And at first, even though I wasn't as excited with the pick out of, I believe, what is that, Mike Williams, I wasn't stoked about the pick at first. But then I remembered a crucial stat, which is that in the past 2 years, Keenan Allen, our beloved Keenan Allen, has missed a combined total of 23 games. So when you stop and think about that, and you have your number 1 receiver missing that many games the last 2 years, when I stop and think about it, it actually was a no-brainer to draft someone like Mike Williams at number 7 overall. You never know what's going to happen. Of course, we all wish Keenan Allen the best. We always want him to be in the best of health, tip-top shape. And he's something to watch when he is healthy. obviously an elite top 10 receiver when he's healthy. And I think we can all agree on that. But the fact that, he has got injured the last 2 seasons, and, from the coaching standpoint, I could see where they're looking at that and they're saying, you know what, there's no way in hell we can let that happen again. If something, God forbid, something were to happen to Keenan Allen again, not to say that the other guys on our roster are incapable, like Tyrell Williams, Travis Benjamin, Dontrell Inman. I mean, I think these guys proved their worth last year and what they were able to do for us, which was great. But by no means, guys, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Neither one of those guys is a wide receiver one. Our best option is obviously going to be Tyrell Williams. Who's a borderline wide receiver one, but he's definitely a wide receiver two, if you ask me. And so when you look at it from that angle, if we were to go through the season and lose Keenan Allen again, it would just throw a fork in our rim. It would throw a stake in our tire and maybe even cause us a flat tire, if you know what I mean. So the other point that I wanted to hit on in this draft, now that we went over the fact that we went with the 2 big guys in the middle, Forrest Lamp and Dan Feeney, is the elephant in the room at this point in time, which I believe is at the center position, with Matt Slauson and who should have been last year's rookie Max Turek out of USC. So Max Turek, guys, if you don't remember, was the number 1 ranked center in the draft last year. And I want to say we got him in the 3rd round. I'm pretty sure we got him in the 3rd round last year. And, Max Turek was one of those guys that had a lot of hype coming out of his college years at USC. And he had a lot, and there, now that he's coming back, now that he didn't actually play last year, and that's why I'm bringing him up, because he didn't play last year. So this is truly going to be his first year, competing for a spot with him 100% healthy. Last year he was recovering from an ACL injury the whole entire season, but because I believe he got injured is the same year he came out of the college for the draft, he got injured that very same year with the ACL that he tore. So he was recovering from that, and that's why that basically explains his absence last year. And so he could be the dark horse in this whole thing. He could be the dark horse. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Matt Slauson or saying that he's incapable or anything like that. I'm just saying, guys, we drafted a center last year in the 3rd round for a reason. And that guy's name is Max Turek. And when you think about it, if he's able to take Matt Slauson's job, you're looking at basically a front 3 of rookies. But not only that, but you're looking at some huge, capable, ginormous rookies, not just any rookies. I mean, these rookies are going to have a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations coming out into next year in terms of the center and Max Turek, the left guard, Forrest Lamp, and then the right guard, Dan Feeney. I mean, right there, that's right in the middle, guys. Of course, in the offseason, we picked up Russell Okung out of Denver to be our left tackle. And then we're going to have Barksdale on the right side. So it's exciting, guys. I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what we do this year. That's not even to mention that we're going to have two very capable wide receivers on both ends with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, our new rookie. And, of course, our Hall of Fame quarterback, Phillip Rivers, that's, behind center. And then a very capable Pro Bowl caliber running back in, of course, and Melvin Gordon that's going to be right behind Phillip Rivers. And then we're going to have Travis Benjamin in the slot. And then a combination of either Antonio Gates or Hunter Henry on the other side. Who basically it's just like pick your poison. I mean, who do you... It's just, I don't think there's ever been a season, and maybe the season that comes closest to this as far as excitement level was the year that we went 14-2 when we had Marty Schottenheimer at the head coach. And, I want to say that was 2006. The 2006 Chargers were stacked. And so what has that been, about 11 years? 11 years since we've had a team this stacked. And it's exciting to be back at this level, guys. I mean, we are without a doubt back at a level of 2006 where we're capable of going, not only winning the division, but going deep into the playoffs. And even contending for a title at this point in time, assuming everybody stays healthy. I definitely see us as a top 10 NFL team, and I see us going very deep in the AFC playoffs. So I can't wait to see. I can't wait to play our contenders like the New England Patriots, the Raiders. Everybody that everybody's hyping about. I can't wait to see what we do against these teams so that people can realize what good of a team we have in LA in this coming year. So that basically wraps up episode 4, guys. I just wanted to recap the draft, give you guys I think we had 5 solid picks. Okay. In the first 5 rounds, and then we had 2 cushiony depth picks in rounds 6 and 7 that we're not going to see an immediate sort of impact on, if you will. And then, of course, we picked up 15 undrafted players that we added to our roster. The main one of which I wanted to touch on was the kicker that they drafted out of, I believe it was Georgia Southern, Young Ho Koo. The kicker that's, I mean, look up that guy on YouTube, Young Ho Koo, at a Georgia Southern University, and you guys will see what kind of talent that guy is. He's pretty special. He's definitely going to give Josh Lambo a run for his money in that kicker position. So all in all, guys, I'm excited. I'm stoked. I can't wait to see. I can't wait for the first preseason game. I mean, I'll put it that way. I mean, we are gonna do some damage, and I can't wait to see it all on the field, guys. So once again, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be back with episode 5 later this week, and to go more in depth in our overall roster now that we've done the draft. And I will see you guys later.